Good morning, Wabash. Thanks for coming out to the Monon Bell Chapel. The men speaking today don't really need any introductions, so we're going to go ahead and get started. The four captains will speak, and then followed by Coach Creighton. So, welcome to the Wabash football team captains.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the Sphinx Club for the continuance of this annual tradition of inviting the captains of the football team and Coach Creighton to speak during the Monon Bell Chapel Week. We are extremely grateful for this opportunity. Today, Patrick, Will, Adi, and I are going to be talking about how the ideals of our football family coincide with the ideals of this institution, why we conduct ourselves in the manner in which we do, and why we do some of the things in which we do, all help to allude to a specific identity that is found in all Wabash men. Since the arrival of Coach Creighton and his administration, the football team has upheld and taken pride in 5 program goals. In no specific order, these goals are academics, win, family, have fun, and impact men. These program goals are the backbone for the way in which our football team conducts itself year in and year out. While some goals are tangible, such as academic excellence and winning, there are others that seem to exist due to the type of people constantly within and around the program. The program goal that most specifically defines our team is that of being a family. While this notion sounds very cliche for an athletic team, let me assure you that it is a very rare circumstance for a team to come together in the way in which our football program does. In every sense of the word, we are a family. How to build upon the ideals of a family or a family-like atmosphere is easier said than done. The roller coaster of events in which you must go through allow you to become a tighter, more close-knit group of people. Blood, sweat, tears of joy, and tears of sorrow all contribute to the roller coaster of events that help bring together men within our family. Some of us have been waking up at 5:30 in the morning throughout 3 consecutive winters and springs to ensure the betterment of our family. We have experienced the highs of going 11-1 and the lows of going 6-4. We have experienced fourth quarter wins and inadvertent whistles blown during the fourth quarter. Throughout it all, we have become a tighter family. As you think about Wabash College, does our football program serve as a microcosm for our institution? Without a doubt, I would argue yes. Men from all over the country have decided to do something radical with their lives by coming to Wabash College. They have made the decision to be challenged throughout the 4 years of their time here in a multitude of different areas. Whether it be academics, athletics, or other extracurricular activities, Wabash College provides a challenging atmosphere for all who decide to take its challenge head on. By coming to Wabash College, young men have decided to avoid mediocrity and have decided to better prepare themselves for all things in which the future holds. When you think about Saturday's Monon Bell game, or any other game that you attend throughout your time here at Wabash College for that matter, think about all that you have sacrificed to proudly say that you are a Wabash man. Think about the people you knew in high school who decided to take the quote-unquote easy road out in their college selection. Think about the countless struggles this institution has presented you with and feel proud about how you've been able to overcome them. Most importantly, think about this. Sometime throughout their junior or senior year in high school, the majority of males at DePaul University received the same brochure that each of us received in the mail from Wabash College. They read the lines about turning boys into men, and they read about how this institution planned on challenging them in ways in which they have never been challenged before. Without hesitation, they shook their heads and said, nope. The notion of it to them sounded crazy. They decided to take the easy road out. As an institution, let's realize how our family is so special and significant every chance that we get. Embrace the fact that we are inherently different and that we inherently do things different. When we take the field on Saturday, or when you take the stands, know why you are cheering. Know that the reason we do things in the way in which we do is because we are a family. Know that the reason that we care about the men who decided to take upon this same journey is because we are all in this struggle together. Whether we are Lambda Chi's, Betas, Delts, or Independents, whether we are football players, Glee Club members, members of the Bio Society, or swimmers, whether we are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, or seniors, we are all embarking upon the same journey together. Together, we are all a part of the same family. Thank you. Good morning, Wabash. I've always wanted to do that. I just want to come here today and challenge you guys to think about individually what the Monon Bell game and what it all means to you. What the Bell and what the weekend all means to Wabash and to you individually as students and as alumni and as faculty and as administration. The Bell is special because it unites everybody in one common goal. It's not like chapel sing or something else. It's more like graduation or C&T, something that we've all experienced and that we all go through. And we go through this as in different levels. Wabash is a family, and Wabash is alumni and students. We go through this and we see the history and the traditions that the Bell brings to the school. We see Jim Shanks in '65 in the Mexican Bell heist, or the catch a few years ago. And all these Monon memories really reveal one thing to us, and that's our commitment to the Bell and to being great. It kind of goes back to what Chris was talking about in this commitment and how it's really different. To us, the Bell is more than just a prize handed out to the winner of a football game. It really symbolizes something more. It symbolizes something deeper. It stands for an attitude, a commitment that we have as Wabash men to be great, to achieve our full potential. And we know that this comes through only working hard and tapping out all of our resources. And at Wabash, this is a place we can do that. I don't really know how DePaul feels about the Bell, nor do I really care. I really know how we feel about it and what it means to us. On a smaller scale, the Bell really is special to this team, to this football family of 2006. We've grown a lot this year. We've come pretty far. We've went through a lot of hardships and difficulties, like Chris said, losses, inadvertent whistles, what have you. It's really just allowed us to be closer and be committed to each other in really a special way. We've been committed to each other through one thing, through one common idea, and that's belief in an ideal, belief in a program, belief in Wabash. And this is where this microcosm that Chris was talking about really is evident. You can see it in just our football team of 100 guys, of really how important it means to come together and believe in one common goal and to fight together for this goal. And personally, that's why this Bell game means so much to me, because I've become a part of both of these things as Wabash and this football team, and I see how important it is to everybody. And so this allows me to both see and feel the bigger picture of what's going on this weekend. Realize that it's not just another game, but that you're part of history. And so this is what I challenge you. I challenge you to think about how you want history to remember you. Do you want to be remembered as the ones that kept the Bell or lost it? I know I've been a part of losing the Bell once already, and I will promise that I'll do everything I can to keep that Bell here in Crawfordsville. Thanks.
Good morning. Looking back on the almost 4 years I've been at Wabash, I can recall many fond memories. One of my most favorite, and the one I'll remember long after I leave this place, is the years I've spent on the football team. Football at Wabash has taught me many things and reiterates many of the lessons we all learn as Wabash men. Discipline, persistence, and a constant drive to improve quickly come to mind. To be successful on the football field at Wabash and later on in life after college, it is necessary to learn and retain traits such as these. Of these many lessons, the one that is most influential and the one each of us holds most dear is that of family. Coming to Wabash as a freshman, I was not sure if I could become part of the Wabash football family. I did not believe that the concept of family was something that could be learned. By nature, I am shy and somewhat reserved, and to develop a close relationship with so many other people so quickly is something that did not come naturally to me. I soon learned that I was wrong. Despite being in a new environment where much is expected and little was given, something we can all relate to, the bonds that I formed with the family and my team quickly became the support I needed to continue and eventually succeed at Wabash. These bonds grew, eventually eclipsing the team and the game itself. I share a relationship and a connection with my teammates that breaks through the walls erected by differences in background, age, fraternity, or living unit. I am proud to say that I care about them, not for where they are from or where they live, but who they are. The lessons I have learned from football are ones which each Wabash man can employ. For in fact, we are all a family. We are all Wabash. This Saturday, we face one of our greatest opponents in the greatest rivalry I have ever been a part of. It goes without saying that DePaul University is very different from Wabash College. They lack the connection and the bond we all share through our time spent and obstacles overcome at this great place. They do not have what we have. Furthermore, DePaul football is very different from Wabash football. They are not a family. They do not take the game seriously, and they plan to come onto our field and prove that they play the game better than we do. Remember, as we play for the Bell on Saturday, that we are a part of Wabash family, and that we are all fighting to prove that our way of life at Wabash is worth the sacrifice and toil necessary for it to survive. Be there for us, and we will all win the Bell. Thank you.
Good morning again. I'm going to challenge you like 80 did, and I'm going to just talk about, what this game really means to me and what it means to this college and hopefully what it means to you. How many seniors are in the room? This is our last Monon Bell game we will ever be a part of as far as us being in the school, guys. And then the rest of you, juniors, you have one left, one after this one. So we're only guaranteed 4 Bell games, guys. Only 4 Bell games while we're a student here. Me as a football player and everything like that, this game is huge for me. My last game that I'll ever play, in pads anyway, the last game I'll ever play. And just how much this game has meant to me over the 4 years. I had people, my freshman year, come up to me. They were seniors. They said, I would rather be 1-9 and win the Bell game than 9-1 and lose it. That's how much this game means to us. That's how much this game means to the college. Now, when we look at this game, it's a true rivalry. There's been 112 games played so far, 52-51 and 9 record. That's a close rivalry. That's a true rivalry right there. And you don't see that a lot in a lot of rivalries. And obviously there's a huge pride issue. The Bell is taken so seriously around here. Especially around here. I don't know about DePaul, but here it's a big deal. Hearing that bell, cling, 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 for a week straight, man, I have pride in that. I love it, and I love when it's here, man. I was here, and a lot of you have been here when it wasn't here, and it's not the same. It is not the same to not hear that thing ring. So that's huge, but, and just looking at this week, this build-up to the game, every night there's a cookout. Every night people are eating, having fun, yelling DePaul Swallows. This is a tradition, man. This is awesome. This is a great time for us. Leading up to this week is just huge. The things that we go through. Half this room has a mohawk right now. You look around, half of you guys are wearing mohawks. It's because we're playing the Dannies on Saturday. That's how big of a game this is, man. You'll cut your hair for this game. Half of DePaul's campus, they don't have mohawks right now. I can tell you that right now. They don't do it. They're not committed like you guys are committed to this game. And it doesn't mean as much. I remember last year, I was talking with Hunter Fields, and he was a Lambda Chi, and he had a friend from his high school go to DePaul. And his friend told him that when they won the Bell, my sophomore year, when they won the Bell, they didn't parade it around campus. They didn't take it to every single house on campus, ring it, drink out of it, and things like that. They didn't do that. They hid it away. They kept it from their students. They don't care about that. We care about that. That is going to go around campus on Saturday night. That's going to go to every house on Saturday night, guys, when we win. So, we care about that. If they truly cared about the Bell, it would mean something, and they would display it on campus. They would show their students, and it'd be something of pride. It'd be a huge pride thing, but it's not. Where do we display it? Right out in the open, on top of the Allen Center doors. It's right there. And the first thing that we do when people come on campus, we got the Bell. We got the Bell. Cling, 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 cling. DePaul can't do that. They hide it away anyway when they have it. So, just think about that. Think about how much this game means to us as a college. How big of a deal it is. We really do care about it, and we display it, and we show that we man, we just really don't like DePaul, at least, at least when it comes to football for sure. So, I mean, just think about how we treat this week. And not only that, but I mean, just in this past week for sure, I mean, when I've been walking around campus, I mean, this game unites a campus like no other game. Like no other game. I mean, like I said, I can't go to sleep at night because I'm lying in bed and I hear people say, DePaul! I can't go to sleep at night. So that's all night long. So, I mean, we are a united campus because of this game, man. This is something special. I challenge you guys to think about how special this game really is because it unites us as a campus. I mean, whether you're independent, whether you're a fraternity, whatever age group you are, I mean, it unites us, and it doesn't even just unite the campus. I mean, it unites the global campus of Wabash College for alums who are all over the country. So, I mean, this is a huge game. My brothers are going to school in San Diego. They're going to go see the game because an alum's hosting it on HDNet. So, I mean, it's all over the country, guys. So this is a huge thing that unites Wabash. I saw a poster for the game, and it said, 2 teams, 1 bell, countless memories. Guys, I challenge you, man. Let's make some more countless memories. Let's do it on Saturday. Come out, red out those stands, and let's beat DePaul again. Keep the bell.
Give it back. All right. This is awesome in here. Everybody in here, guys. What a great day. Hey, I want to just spend a few minutes with you. And I want everybody, whether you're a student here, faculty, staff, you're in this Monon Bell Chapel, do you remember why you came to Wabash College? You take a second to reflect right now. Why did you choose this place? You might be running through your head, you know, I got a great scholarship package. This had a great program in this. I knew somebody who had gone here, whatever, a great reputation of the school. I believe, and I don't know every one of you, but I believe at some point for every single person who chose to come to Wabash, deep down inside, whether it was subconscious or whether it was something that you made a direct decision about, you wanted to be great. Deep, deep down, you knew that this was a school that was going to beat you up in a lot of ways, but in the very end, it was going to bring out your full potential. And I think that you all and the whole school does a great job of letting people know who are trying to choose or not choose this place what's going to happen to them while they're here. At some point, you realize that this place is the real deal. This place is not easy. This place is going to almost break you. But for some 800 people from around the country, every 4 years, deep, deep, deep down inside, when no one else is talking to you, when your head hits the pillow at night before you go to sleep, and you're thinking about your life and who you want to be and what you want to become, you say to yourself, I want to be a difference maker. I want to reach my full potential. I want to be great. And so that you muster up the courage and the self-confidence and you say yes to Wabash College. It is hard to do. I've been here 6 years now, and even though I wasn't a student, I think I've got a lot of this place figured out. And I want to tell you something, the men of Wabash, I respect the heck out of you. I want to be like you. I want to not just talk about being great in my life in the different areas. I want to have the courage to step up and actually do it. And each of you did that at some point in your senior year, to be in this place right here, right now. There are 2 roads, and you took the one less traveled. You freshmen are experiencing that breaking right now. The bar has been raised higher than it has ever been raised for you before. And your job right now is to hang on and to survive until winter break. I understand that. Keep surviving, keep doing it. Now, when you become second semester freshmen, and this goes for everybody else in the chapel right now, let me ask you something. Where are you right now? Where are you in your life in terms of your pursuit of greatness right now? Because what I see at this place, listen to me right now, what I see what happens is, as difficult as this place is that first semester, your freshman year, the bar is raised so high that you just get overwhelmed. But you fight and you survive and you make it. And by the time winter break comes, you walk around and your chest is puffed out because you just accomplished things that other people only dream about accomplishing. But let me tell you something. Where are you right now? Sophomores, juniors, and seniors? Are you still pursuing greatness, or have you figured out how to write papers? Have you figured out Wabash, and so now you're just kind of going through the motions? You've accepted a new mediocrity. Jim Collins in his book says, good is the enemy of great. Have you settled for good? Has Wabash just become something that you're used to and that you're doing? The bar's been raised, have you met it? But right now, you understand it, but you're not continuing to raise the bar and to push. Greatness is when you are reaching your full potential, not when you get A's, not when you win games, not when somebody else tells you you've done a great job. It's when you've become your absolute best, and that does not stop after the first semester of your freshman year. Men, your career here is going to go by like that. You have, I think, better than anybody in the country, an opportunity to be in an environment that is going to absolutely assist you and encourage you and push you to be your absolute best. Don't settle for being good. Be great. And it's only going to happen if you think about your life and that you assess where you're at, who you are, and what you want to become. It does not happen naturally, men. It does not happen naturally. I'm going to tell you how we raised the bar, one of the things that we talked about as a football team beginning of this year. I talked about when I was 25 years old, man, I wanted to do something great. I'd been a part of a losing season, and I didn't think I was a loser, and so I wanted to do something I didn't like doing because I wanted to accomplish something. And unless there was a ball involved, I'd never run anywhere. And so I said, I'm going to run a marathon. And for 4 months, I trained. I never deviated from the schedule. I had a guy who trained me, and it was hard. And I ran in 22-degree below zero weather with snow all over my body, and I went and I went and I went. I'd get up early in the morning if I had to go somewhere, and I'd get my mileage in, and it killed me. But, man, I was disciplined. And for me, this was a pursuit of greatness. Well, on April 25th, I completed the Toledo Marathon. Not a big deal, but I'll tell you, the 26.2 miles is the same anywhere in the country. And as I'm finishing and I'm crossing the line, I was just emotional. I just broke down because I'd set a goal for my life, and I was accomplishing it. For me, that was greatness. But you know what? That bar for me was not as high as it could go. How many of you heard of the Ironman triathlon that's held in Hawaii? Most of you. Do you realize that it's a 2.5-mile ocean swim followed by a 112-mile bike through the Hawaiian heat, followed by a 26.2-mile marathon? Some of the greatest athletes in the world are in that Ironman triathlon in Hawaii. Well, let me tell you about a guy who's a hero of mine I've never met, and most of you but probably don't know this guy. His name is Dick Hoyt. He and his wife had a little boy in Massachusetts, and I don't know what it's called, but their son was physically and somewhat developmentally disabled. So much so that doctors said the best thing to do would just be to put him in a home and go on with your life. Well, Dick Hoyt and his wife decided not to do that and decided to take that son in and treat him just like they would anybody else and grew him up. One day, I think the kid was 10 years old, there was a charity run, and the father put the kid's name is Ricky, in the wheelchair. It was a 5K deal, and he pushed him in the wheelchair for the 5Ks for the charity run. Rick, the only way that he can communicate is on a computer with his head. And when they went home, he punched into his dad, "When's the next race?" He said when he raced, he felt free. He felt as though he was out there racing himself. And so this man, Dick Hoyt, who was not an athlete, who was just an average, stay-in-shape jogger, started taking his son Rick in a wheelchair on these races. A number of years later, Dick Hoyt did the Ironman triathlon with his 20-some-year-old son. The race starts out, he puts his 20-year-old son in a raft and swims 2.6 miles, dragging the raft. He gets out of the ocean and he gets his son and he picks him up. And he walks him over to the bike that they have made. And he buckles him in, he gives him some Gatorade, puts his helmet on, and then he bikes him for 112 miles. I've got a DVD of it, and they start those races at 6 o'clock in the morning. When they're finishing the bike, the sun has set and it's pitch black dark. He gets him some more Gatorade, he takes him off the bike, and he puts him onto a modified wheelchair, and he starts pushing them for 26.2 miles. I ran a marathon, and I thought that was great. People who run the Ironman triathlon think it's the best thing in the world. They're no Dick Hoyt. Your first semester freshman year can't be the end. Wabash College, you get 4 years of it, and it's the best place in the world to raise the bar. Raise your bar, men, while you're here, and do it for the rest of your life. And I'll tell you why you want to be out there on Saturday supporting the football team and supporting Wabash. Because we're all the same. It's a shared common experience, this place of Wabash. And they say we're a microcosm. Man, we're just you out on the field. And it's not the X's and O's, it's what we represent. Our football team committed to be our absolute best, to pursue greatness. And there's a lot of different ways to measure that. Ultimately, it's not the win and loss record. It's whether we reached our full potential. And on Saturday, we need you. It is our last opportunity to get after that. It's our last opportunity to realize our full potential as a 2016. And we want you there. We need you there. And it's not about football, it's about Wabash, and it's our shared common experience. And that's a symbol of the hard work and the sacrifice and the courage you have to make the choice to be at this great place. There's no other place better than this. This place changes your life. But it's also time for you to ante up and start taking that on yourself and raising the bar yourself. I love this place. I can't wait to experience this with you on Saturday. Go Wabash. Wabash always fights.